Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. It's Thursday, December 9th.
And do not be surprised when you walk out that door. It is not cold anymore, not for now.
We'll talk to Justin coming up. Here's what people have Googled in 2021. They just released their year-end search list yesterday, offering a glimpse at the top trending search items. Of course, a lot of the traffic in the last year or so has been coronavirus related.
Yeah, so last year, of course, like Mark was saying, coronavirus predictably topped the trending search list globally and dominated much of the U.S. list. But this year, those searches were more sports focused.
So cricket, we're not huge into cricket here in the U.S., but there are quite a few fans across America and around the world. The Australia versus India men's World Cup cricket match and India's match against England in the same tournament accounted for the top two trending global searches for Google for the year.
Also, deceased rapper DMX and breakout Korean Netflix show Squid Game also made those lists globally and in the U.S.
And if you back up in the article here a second, it said the NBA finished kind of right behind cricket on the global list and topped the U.S. trending search list.
Also in the U.S., looks like the Georgia Senate race and Mega Millions jackpot also reaching those top searches.
AMC stock also appeared on both lists, and GameStop appeared on the U.S. news list, pointing to the high interest in the meme-inducing frenzy surrounding these stocks this year.
Very interesting.
So just a little glimpse into kind of our high-tech society.
I thought there would be more shopping things there, but not really.
Yeah, so most of it was sports related, but I'm not surprised Squid Game was on that list either.
Well, people maybe just want to know what it is, what the references are at least.
Very possible.
That's true. Let's look at today's 9 at 9. President Joe Biden's two-day summit for democracy is set for today. More than 100 countries are taking part. Biden organized the virtual summit to rally nations against authoritarianism.
Today, senators are considering a bill to fast-track the process that would let Democratic senators raise the debt limit ceiling without votes from Republicans. This comes before the December 15th deadline to avoid the default, which both Republicans and Democrats say would trigger financial disaster.
Memorial events celebrating the late Senator Bob Dole start today in Washington. The former Kansas Republican will lie in state, where President Biden is expected to give remarks, followed by a funeral service tomorrow.
Jury deliberations pick back up today in the Jussie Smollett case. A verdict could come today on whether the Empire actor staged a hate crime against himself. If convicted, he could face up to 3 years in prison.
Hospitals in Michigan, New Hampshire, and Maine are seeing record-high COVID patients. With the Delta and Omicron variants spreading, experts are expecting a rise in cases across the country.
Job hunters have a whole lot of options across the country. The latest report from the Labor Department shows 11 million job openings in October, just below July's record. The number of Americans looking for work, less than 7.5 million.
Good news at the pump. Prices expected to fall heading into the new year. The national average is currently at $3.34. Experts say it will drop to $3.13 this month, then to around $3 in January.
Blue Origin was supposed to lift off today, but it's been delayed due to high winds. Michael Strahan, Laura Shepard Churchley, and 4 paying customers will now take off into space Saturday at 9:45 a.m.
The second film adaptation of the classic Broadway musical West Side Story hits theaters today. Director Steven Spielberg puts his own stamp on the film, but critics say it doesn't stray away from the original. And that's today's 9 at 9. I like that we have options at the theater.
We do have some options, and the reviews have been pretty good for West Side Story, but it does seem like a newer version of the original.
Yeah, we'll give some other actors a chance there.
Let's go outside with live cam. Fog has been the rule of the day so far, and we're expecting a considerable warm-up today.
It is going to be warm this afternoon. In the meantime, though, it is murky outside. It's foggy. It's damp. We're going to see that last another couple of hours. So here's what we're thinking for the forecast, and it's kind of a tale of 2 days here, more or less, in one day, because we're going to get the fog and drizzle this morning. You'll seem kind of gloomy, and then by the afternoon, skies will begin to clear, and we'll get those temperatures all the way up into the 80s with warm and humid conditions. It does not feel like this December outside at all. Here's a look at the visibility. We're down about 1/4 of a mile at Stinson, down to 1/10 of a mile at the airport. Randolph, Port SA also seeing quite a bit of fog, and this is fairly widespread. It goes from Hondo to New Braunfels and points southeast. There are dense fog advisories in effect for about another hour or so. That does include San Antonio, so just take it slow out there. Temperature-wise, in the 60s, it is significantly warmer than what we were looking at yesterday morning, and it will be significantly warmer a little bit later this afternoon. How about that next cold front? It's scheduled for Saturday morning. Windy, thin line of showers. We'll get highs in the 60s this weekend, gusts to 30 miles per hour. We will get some slow clearing. Sunday looks like a pretty good day, but then next week we're right back into this warm and humid setup, and there could be a few more showers to contend with too. We're going to break all that down for you. Look at the 7-day forecast. That's coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Taking a look at all that fog there, shot there at I-35 and Division. You can see traffic there is still moving, though.
Top stories are following today. Police have little information to go on regarding a shooting just west of downtown.
Officers got a call for a shooting around 11 last night in the 900 block of South Frio, and they found a man shot in the hand. Now,
witnesses believe this stemmed from an argument in the parking lot of the Vista Verde apartments, but police say the victim isn't telling them much about what happened. The man was taken to hospital for his injuries, but is expected to be okay.
And a man is in police custody after causing some trouble and damage at a Northside bar.
That's right. Staff at McFinnigan's Pub off Blanco near Lock Hill Summit flagged down a Castle Hills police officer around 2:30 this morning. They are trying to calm down a man who they believe might have been on drugs.
The bar owner said he refused to serve the man after hours, and that's when the man climbed over a fence and started breaking windows and a TV. Police took him into custody and said he will likely be charged with criminal mischief.
A man and woman are able to make it out of a wreck overnight without a scratch. Happened just before 12:30 on I-37 near Fair Avenue. That's on the south side.
According to police on the scene, the driver lost control of the vehicle and rolled it multiple times. The vehicle landed on top of a median. Luckily, no one in that vehicle was hurt. And in your morning headlines, positive news this morning for shoppers who are still trying to get some gifts before Christmas. And crews scrambled to try and save a driver who ended up in Niagara Falls.
Plus, gunshots fired at a busy resort down in Mexico, and a turkey invasion at Burger King. And we're not talking about food. RJ Marquez joined us here in the studio with those stories and much more. Hey, RJ.
Yeah, some interesting video of these turkeys that just wanted, I guess, to have it their way at Burger King.
That's the way it goes.
We'll check in with them in just a little bit. But first of all, guys, if you've been to the store or been shopping lately, maybe you've noticed some supply shortages. But good news this morning, supply chains issues are starting to ease up just in time for Christmas. Congestion at ports are getting cleared up. And some more good news this morning, shipping prices are also starting to fall and deliveries are speeding up. But the situation is not yet completely back to normal. There is still a truck driver shortage, and critical components like computer chips are still just a little hard to come by. Plus, there's now the threat from the Omicron coronavirus variant, but economists say the worst might be behind us. That is good news. Okay, switching gears this morning, officials in New York trying to figure out how a driver ended up in freezing water at the top of Niagara Falls on the U.S. side. A swift water rescue team received reports of the car in the water and tried to get to the woman inside, but they were not able to get to her in those freezing, rushing waters. You could see that car submerged right there. The Coast Guard was called in to try and save this woman. They used a chopper, you just saw that, and found the vehicle, but she did not survive. The car was about 50 yards from the brink of the falls.
We've never had a vehicle in the water this close to the brink.
Yeah, you saw that video right there. Visibility was so bad that the Coast Guard also used drones to search for the car and determine who was the owner. They believe the driver, a woman in her 60s, may have entered the water between a pedestrian bridge and a vehicle bridge. Now at a completely different scenery, Cancun, Mexico, where tourists were forced to run for cover after gunmen riding in jet skis opened fire near a busy beach. Police there say these gunmen apparently pulled up to the beach on those jet skis and opened fire at a hotel zone. No one appeared to be injured, and officials said they found the jet skis nearby. Some witnesses said it looked like the men were just firing in the air, but this is the latest in a string of violent incidents at these resorts. Authorities have even called in the National Guard and troops and Mexican Marines to patrol the area. Officials believe it's a clash between rival groups of drug dealers on a beach near both of those hotels. And finally this morning, well, there was some foul activity at a Pennsylvania Burger King after a group of turkeys stopped by the fast food joint. Let's take a look right there. Move a little bit. You see them right there at the front entrance there. And they apparently didn't want to leave for hours. So this group of turkeys showed up more than a week after Thanksgiving. Maybe they thought it was safe to, you know, be outside again and roam around a little bit. They hung out for more than 2 hours and didn't seem to mind the cars or customers at all. Warren and Harrison Schaub started recording on their cell phones along with some surprise customers inside. And they may have been wondering whether, you know, they were trying to stop for a Whopper. The BK manager says the whole thing was an unexpected turkey trot that lasted about 2 hours before the turkeys finally took off.
They followed the people around the drive-thru out front and then sat out front there and just kind of looked in and seemed to be pretty content. They clucked a little bit, but with all that traffic and everything, they were not flustered at all. That was pretty amusing because they held up traffic in the drive-thru and people were taking pictures.
All right, residents there aren't too sure where this turkey trot started, maybe from a nearby farm. And again, we're not sure if they just wanted to have a Whopper, but it was clear that they definitely wanted to have it their way. Their burger.
Cute. Yeah. It looks like they're waiting for the doors to open.
I know. They're just like, yeah, someone let us inside. That'd be really nice.
They saw that they're hiring for $15 an hour.
There you go.
That too, yeah, trying to get a little seasonal job, maybe.
So maybe we're the turkeys for making fun of them. All right, RJ, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Right now, 9:09, about 66 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA at 9. One lucky kid got to go on a fun shopping spree, grabbing anything he wanted, all in 30 seconds. It's all for a good cause. We're going to explain after the break.
Plus, more good stories from around the globe, including the royal family honoring the heroes who have helped us through the pandemic.
When students leave this program, they are ready to go into the field of construction. Coming up, hear more about this program and how it's impacting students.
And welcome back. It is 9:12. From architecture, engineering, plumbing, and carpentry, there are many unique trades students will learn at Construction Careers Academy.
The Magnet School was created in 2019 to help alleviate some of the employment shortages in the construction industry. In a sense, had hundreds of students graduate, many with jobs already lined up.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the school and has a look at what students in the carpentry program have been up to this school year. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, Mark and Stephanie. This is so cool. You know, I love these different types of programs. They've been building tiny homes, and you know those tiny homes that you see around? Yeah, that's these students. They have been building tiny homes, and look, right now they're doing the structure of future tiny homes. Every day they're learning something different, from simple to more difficult construction. To talk more about this is teacher Lesford Dixon and student Chet Kelly. Good morning. Talk to us about this program and what makes it so unique.
This program is unique because it creates that foundation for students who are entering the workforce and also students who want to pursue a career in construction technology. And it provides a lot of industry certification and exposure, real world experience, and that's what we provide in this program.
What type of skills every day are they learning?
So they're learning various skills, you know, roofing, building the foundation, squaring the foundation, material takeoff, literally all the different facets of that home, they go through that daily. And it's from the least, it follows a sequence from the least, what you would call difficulty to a more complex level of difficulty. And these kids are empowered to practice problem-solving skills while they're at it and discover new skills as they go along the way. Yes, I teach them a lot, but they also develop a lot by themselves.
Is this industry still growing, and do we need more students to be enrolled in programs like this?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a shortage right now in the Texas workforce. I mean, there's a lot of companies hiring, and right now they're coming to us. We have job fairs annually where our kids are exposed to the different companies, the different openings. And yes, most of our kids, they're working, you know, for these companies that sponsor us.
Incredible. Now, Chet, talk to us about this program and what's your favorite part about being in it?
My favorite part has got to be just the tight community that we have, and like you were saying earlier, just the hands-on aspect that we learn. We learn a lot of the books, but more importantly, we learn that we can work with our hands and how to actually build a structure.
When you see the tiny homes and the different projects, how do you feel?
I feel, I mean, enthused, man. I go out there and I'm looking at it and I'm just amazed that us little kids, we can just build something this great.
Now, after this program, are you hoping to do something in this field? Yes,
ma'am. Right now, I am committed to Texas A&M University, and I plan to go there after I graduate high school. We actually just went on a field trip not too long ago, to look at the construction science program.
And this is just, you love it.
Yes, ma'am. I want to do it and for my future.
That's amazing. Now, talk to us. Now, applications are open right now.
Oh yes, we're currently recruiting, and in fact today we'll be having an open house where the potential freshman students will be visiting our campus, touring our campus, meeting with all the instructors and all that.
Perfect. And if I want to apply, like, do I have to have some skills already in place, or am I going to learn it all here?
No, I mean, we want to make sure that you have that drive, that passion for the trade. If this is what you really want, this is a place you need to be. And you don't need prerequisite skills, because you're going to learn it all here. All our instructors are trained, and we have all the strategies and all the techniques to take you to the level that you need to be.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us and inviting us here. This is just so cool. And of course, all this information is going to be on KSAT.com. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right. Thank you, Tiffany.
There was some noise there in the construction area, but he said he's going to go to A&M after he graduates. So I know they got a big whoop from our Justin Horn,
yes,
who is probably ready to trade a hot chocolate for a cold cerveza at the end of the week here.
Ooh, yeah, these temperatures are just not December-like, that's for sure. It has been kind of a weird start, and I would like to tell you that things changed a little bit. They don't, not that much anyway. We do get a cold front this weekend, but it doesn't last very long. So let's go outside for you. Damp, foggy, and you look at this scene and you would look at the date and think, oh man, it's cold outside. It's one of those days. It's not. We've got temperatures in the mid 60s and that fog is pretty thick. 67 at Stinson, 66 Kelly, 66 at Randolph. Calm winds. It was a good setup for fog this morning, and it certainly is taking shape here around the area. The visibility is down to about 1/10 of a mile at the airport. Randolph, 3/4 of a mile. Seguin, about 4/10 of a mile. You get the general idea here. The fog is thickest right across San Antonio from Hondo to New Braunfels and Seguin. And then it stretches south and east where visibility is down to about a mile there in Pleasanton. A dense fog advisory is in effect for another 40 minutes or so. And that does include San Antonio and the I-35 corridor. It just means that there could be some spots where visibility is down below 1/4 of a mile. As we look at the visible satellite picture, it's kind of hard to detect with that fog. It really is kind of setting up right now. It looks like we've got some maybe high clouds above that, but it is there. We can see the cloud cover is fairly expansive from Del Rio over to San Antonio and points east. So it'll take some time for these clouds and this fog to go away. We do think we'll see some sun this afternoon, but it's all going to depend on when the fog clears on how warm these temperatures get this afternoon. Right now we're at 66, 64 Kerrville, 61 Rock Springs, 64 in Uvalde, and those dew points in the mid 60s. That is a huge jump from where we were yesterday. You start seeing these dew points in the 60s and 70s. That's spring-like, and it is 19 degrees warmer when we're talking about the dew point than it was yesterday. So that's that increase in moisture. It was pretty dramatic overnight. Dew point tracker shows that we're going to see the humid conditions through tomorrow. They drop off. Saturday, Sunday are dry, and then we start to see the humidity come right back up rapidly. So we get these big shifts here in humidity over the next 5 days or so. Forecast for today, we're going to call it cloudy through noontime, and then once we do see some sun this afternoon, temperatures should rise close to 80 degrees, in the vicinity of a record, but not quite. The drought monitor across the state, this is last week. We had quite a bit of drought out across West Texas and parts of our area. Fast forward to this week, it's getting worse. Northeast Texas added to some of the drought conditions, and then as we look closer to our neck of the woods, 55% of the state is in drought, by the way, but it's out west where we're seeing that drought is really starting to kick in. Creosote Springs over to Eagle Pass. We'll keep tabs on that. There's not a lot of rain in the forecast. So we go forward in time here. This is tomorrow morning. Fog and drizzle develops, and then by tomorrow afternoon, sun breaks out. We get some hot temperatures tomorrow. Front comes through. This is around 2 a.m. Saturday. Broken line of showers. Don't expect much rain. And then by 7 a.m. Saturday, already starting to see a little bit of clearing, but then the winds kick in. So these are the forecast winds on Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning. We're seeing gusts close to 30 miles per hour. It's going to be a windy day till about late afternoon, early evening. That's when the winds will calm some. So the extended forecast, 83 tomorrow. That's close to that record of 85. Windy, 62 on Saturday. That's the change with the front. 36 Sunday morning, cold start, 63 on Sunday. And then we're back into the warmth and humidity next week. And we'll sort of do it all again. Upper 70s Tuesday and Wednesday with a chance for fog and drizzle and maybe a few showers, guys.
A lot of changes.
A lot of changes. Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, thank you, Justin.
Yep.
It's a season of giving, and HEB and Blueprint Ministries, a nonprofit that restores homes for low-income families, is making it fun to give back.
So producer Priscilla Karaman shows us how in TikTok format. Check it out.
A big day inside HEB where one 11-year-old got the chance to go on a Christmas shopping spree benefiting children at Blueprint Ministries.
Shopping spree at HEB. That's pretty nice. 1, go!
Daniel Hughes had a total of 30 seconds to rush down 3 aisles full of toys to grab as much as he could to give to those children.
Just hope that they get encouraged by this and know that like people are watching out for them and that they have hope.
3, 2, 1. High five.
Down a little bit, babe.
That story first aired in our new streaming show, KSAT News Now. You can watch more stories like that every day, weekday rather, at 11 a.m. on KSAT.com, Facebook, and YouTube Live.
Time now, 9:22 and about 66 degrees out there.
Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
A look at some good news around the world, including in Arizona, where we learned the story of an inspiring basketball coach.
Time to take a look at some inspiring stories across the globe.
The royal family honoring heroes of the pandemic, and yet another show of Christmas spirit all the way in Rome.
Jonathan Cotto has those stories and more.
Chase your dreams. That's the message of 26-year-old Josie S. Loxon. She's a Paralympic bronze medalist and now the coach of the University of Arizona women's wheelchair basketball team. As Loxon was injured in a car accident in Minnesota years ago, but she says she didn't let that stop her from building confidence and going after what she wanted. Now she leads a team of women that she hopes is just as successful and confident. A Fort Myers, Florida boy walked away with just a scrape after getting trapped in a concrete sewer pipe. The South Trail Fire Department says the boy was playing on the stacked pipes when his lower leg and foot got wedged inside. The department called in extra resources and tried using water, lubricant, and taking off the boy's shoe, but nothing worked. It took chiseling the concrete away in chunks to free the boy. And a little rain didn't stop Rome from lighting up its Christmas tree in the center of Piazza Venezia. Residents say this year's tree is better than others in recent years. Surrounding the base of the tree are 17 large gifts. Each one represents a UN Sustainable Development Goal like zero hunger, climate action, and gender equality. The night of carol singing where Prince William and Duchess Kate celebrated the unsung heroes of the coronavirus pandemic. The royal couple greeted those in attendance, where they say helped others with acts of kindness in the face of extraordinary challenges. For the 9, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
A lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Many people are anxiously awaiting the Blue Origin launch, including the people in the town where it's all going down. Still ahead, a look at how the mission is launching Van Horn, Texas into some booming business.
Willy Wonka is in San Antonio. Sneak peek at the fun production at the Majestic. Plus, we chat with San Antonio native who plays Wonka.
And with more toxin warning about COVID variant spreading, local researchers are staying on top of tests. Coming up, how they can tell which mutation is present.
9:30, welcome back. From Omicron to Delta, local researchers are actively working to keep track of any COVID mutations that might be present here in San Antonio.
Positive COVID tests from people here in the city are sent to the team of scientists at the Molecular Diagnostic Laboratory at the UT Health Science Center at San Antonio. So they take samples from those positive tests, place them in a specialized machine, and are able to literally see the generic fingerprint of the virus and determine what type of COVID those patients have or if a new mutation exists.
Right now in our community, 99% of the cases, they say, are Delta variant so far. Omicron has not been detected in our area. The goal is to keep health officials on top of how COVID is changing as soon as it changes to keep the community safe.
As we've adapted to the pandemic and sought to find ways to help Bexar County to follow how SARS-CoV-2 is behaving within our own community.
Dr. David says in the next month to month and a half, her research team will launch an online dashboard that the public can access to get more information about variants they are seeing right here in Bexar County.
And breast cancer kills tens of thousands of women in the U.S. every year. So how do we prevent it? That was the focus of day 2 of the San Antonio Breast Cancer Symposium.
KSAT Stefania Jimenez took that question to one of many oncologists taking part in the event.
It's the second most common cancer among women in the U.S. after skin cancer. And the CDC says in 2018, breast cancer killed more than 42,000 women in the U.S. Experts recommend that women in their 40s get mammograms every year to detect it. But there's one thing that can help prevent breast cancer, according to researchers, and that's maintaining a normal, healthy weight. And diet and exercise can help with that.
One of the things that increases our risk is higher exposure of estrogen during our lifetime. So what that means is women that have that carry a few extra pounds, they actually have a higher estrogen level, and that increases the risk of getting breast cancer.
And Dr. Virginia Kaklamani's point about estrogen is key because sometimes doctors prescribe hormone replacement therapy to women going through menopause, and that could also up estrogen levels. Dr. Kaklamani says that all women taking hormone replacement therapy should ask their doctors about their breast cancer risk.
I hear all the time that some of those women want to take bioidentical hormones. It's still estrogen, still increases your risk of breast cancer.
Then there's also understanding family history. Dr. Kakmani says that it's important to know if breast cancer runs in your family because that can help determine your risk.
If you have a high risk of breast cancer, you may need to do a different plan as far as screening. But if you have a regular risk of developing breast cancer, then you go for your mammogram starting at the age of 40.
Stefania Jimenez, KSAT 12 News.
And the symposium runs through tomorrow, so there's still plenty of opportunity to get your questions answered. Head over to our website, KSAT.com, right now to send them in. And you can also find answers to some of the questions we've received so far.
Outside with LiveCam, one of the questions of the last few days has been, is Mount Cedar kind of hanging in there still? Justin has an answer.
It is, in fact. We kind of thought maybe it would go away today. It didn't. Look, it's still low. It's not a high number, but it jumped up a little bit from where it was yesterday. It's at 30. Molds have come down to 410. They're in the low category, so that's good. Everything's low, but Mount Cedar's sort of hanging around. We'll see what happens with our front on Saturday. There is the potential there with gusty north winds that Mountain Cedar could jump back up. Just beware. There's a look outside. Visibility looks to be improving a little bit here around the airport, but visibility still showing visibility down to about maybe 1/10 of a mile there at the airport. 1 mile in New Braunfels, 2 miles in Hondo, 1 3/4 in Pleasanton. So that's kind of the corridor there where fog is still a problem. Dense fog advisory in effect until 10 a.m. this morning for the I-35 corridor and then points east along I-10. Temperature-wise, 65 Kerrville, 65 in Del Rio. Pretty uniform numbers here because that humidity surged in overnight. It's all warm, and we're all going to see warm temperatures later today, especially once that sun pops out, and we think that'll be during the afternoon. Right now, we're forecasting a high near 80 here in San Antonio. Southwesterly winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Guys.
Thanks, Justin. Taking a look out with TransGuide, there's Highway 281 at Hildebrand. Things are looking okay there and are moving just fine.
Senior year can be the year for making big decisions, from picking your next school to applying for scholarships.
And KSAT's Alexis Page tells us about one local teen who followed her gut and got a full ride to an Ivy League school.
It still feels like a dream. How would you react to knowing you got a full ride scholarship? We start screaming down the hallway. That's how Medina Valley High School senior Aya Kasim reacted. Her next destination is Yale University, something that wouldn't have happened if she didn't follow a gut feeling. I thought I didn't have what it takes. In fact, I almost didn't submit my QuestBridge application, and then I did. She's referencing the QuestBridge National College Match Scholarship. The goal is to connect high-achieving seniors from low-income families to universities. Aya is glad to have a leg up on her future, an opportunity her immigrant mother never had. She is my role model. She always tells me I have 10 times a better life than she does. Aya will be pursuing a computer science degree to hopefully add more female representation in the field. And with free tuition, room and board, textbooks, and more, she says this means a brighter future for my lineage and my descendants.
And again, that was Alexis Page reporting. Aya says she was inspired to go to Yale University after watching the TV show Gilmore Girls. All the best to you, Aya.
Best of luck. Right now, just about 9:37, 67 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
And coming up after the break, we head to Van Horn, where Blue Origin is taking off into space this weekend. We're going to hear from residents on what the mission means for this West Texas town.
This SA Salute holiday greeting is brought to you by the Republic of Texas Window Company.
I'm Hunter Townsend with the Republic of Texas Window Company, and we want to take a minute to thank our veterans and first responders for their service this holiday season.
Happy holidays!
TV celebrity and former football great Michael Strahan is going to have to wait another few days before rocketing into space.
That's right. Strahan, plus the daughter of the first American astronaut, Alan Shepard, and 4 paying customers were planning to lift off this morning, but the mission had to be delayed due to some high winds in the forecast. Justin Horn is here with more on that.
Yeah, some gusty winds out there. Instead, they will be taking off on Saturday at 9:45 from the town of Van Horn, which is about a 6-hour drive from here in San Antonio. This has been a much anticipated mission, not just for the people on board, but for the people of this town who are now getting some booming business. Take a look.
All right, can you give it about around 10 minutes?
Breakfast on Broadway opened in April, just 3 months before Blue Origin's first manned rocket launch.
To the window, you can see from here.
On launch weeks, you'll find all kinds of people here. Journalists, Blue Origin employees, and locals, all looking for a hot meal.
No hotel rooms, everything was booked, everything was busy. But I like it, I enjoy it.
I enjoy it. My grandfather said it was like super inspiring, that it makes, he said that he wishes one day he could go do it, but it costs a lot of money.
About 275 Blue Origin employees now work here in West Texas.
I expect it to get bigger, but I really hope it doesn't lose that small town appeal. But most of the people that I met 12 years ago that aren't with Blue Origin, that are just local people, they're still here. So I don't see those people leaving, and so I don't see the core of the town changing.
Many of the school district's 100 high schoolers have even gotten to visit the launch site, which is about 30 minutes from Van Horn.
It causes a change in you when you're standing right next to this rocket that they launch in space, and you see it and even put your hand on it and touch it. It makes a big difference. We have students now looking and achieving to do things that they never dreamed for.
The mural in the center of the city says it all. This is a city that's changing, and depending on who you ask, it's either too slowly or too quickly.
When I get tired of people, I just go out to the ranch.
You're smart.
Pretty wild stuff that small West Texas town is seeing the boom from Jeff Bezos and his company. And it's probably only going to get more busy there, I would imagine, guys.
Yeah, it probably won't feel like a small town for long. Well, at least, for a little bit. I
would think so. And this is the first suborbital rocket flight for the new Shepard capsule to carry its full capacity of 6 passengers.
Party of 6, that's right.
Yes, we'll be watching that Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday morning. Hopefully the weather cooperates that go around. Because looking at the winds right now, it's one of the reasons they couldn't take off today, though. The gusty winds out there in West Texas. We're not detecting a lot of gusts, but it's a sensitive situation. You got to have the winds just right, and you see there are some gusts there, especially just north of Van Horn right there. That's what we're detecting right now. So that's probably why it was a no-go today. Meantime, here in South Texas, we're dealing with the fog. We've got quite a bit of it, and there's a look at the time lapse. Camera changes a little bit on us there, but you get the general idea, and it looks like we are seeing some improvement just within the last 30 minutes or so. 66 degrees at the airport. Still some drizzle being reported there. Calm winds. Dew point is at 65. Temperature and dew point are close together. You get the fog. And we've been watching the visibilities very closely here. Still about the same. Low visibility here across most of San Antonio and Bexar County. Hondo seeing a little bit. New Braunfels, Seguin, Pleasanton starting to see some improvement there. And as we zoom out, San Antonio just jumped up there. So that tells us it's getting better. And I think you'll really see that after 10 o'clock. But along the I-35 corridors where the fog has been thickest, dense fog advisory is still in effect for another 15 minutes or so for that reason. And as we look at the satellite picture, quite a bit of cloud cover over top of us, and that's going to stay there through at least lunchtime, I think, before we start to see some breaks in the clouds. And this can always be kind of tricky, and it really is going to have a big impact on where temperatures go today. We still think it'll be warm. It'll still be humid. Right now, we're in the mid-60s, mid to upper 60s. And you can see some breaks already out west. So 65 Del Rio, 68 Carrizo Springs. This is an area where we could see some really toasty readings a little bit later this afternoon. Humidity tracker shows dew points from the mid-60s. This puts us squarely in the muggy category. What a change. Those southerly winds have brought in quite a bit of moisture, and that happened pretty rapidly. So the forecast temperatures today, we'll fast forward to 4 o'clock this afternoon. We're thinking 80 here in San Antonio, but we could see mid to upper 80s down to the south and west. Does not feel like the December at all. And then you go into tomorrow morning, it's going to be similar to this morning with lows in the mid-60s and fog and drizzle, and it'll feel fairly warm. Looking at this afternoon, this model does show the clouds clearing out, but then building right back in by tomorrow morning. Fog and drizzle likely. Clouds scatter out tomorrow afternoon. This is when we're going to see our warmest temperatures. Usually right out ahead of a front, you get some pretty warm temperatures, and I think we're going to see that tomorrow. Then the front comes through. This is Saturday, 2 a.m. Just a small chance of rain with this. Thin line of showers by 7 a.m. Saturday morning. The rain is gone. Clouds may stick around for a while on Saturday, and we'll get some gusty north winds. These are wind gusts, and the orange color represents the gustiest winds. This is around 10 a.m. Could see some gusts close to 30, especially for the first half of the day on Saturday before winds relax a little bit Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. So here's how it looks in the 7-day forecast. 83 tomorrow. The record is 85. There's that small chance of rain. Then 62 Saturday. We cool off about 20 degrees and a very cold Sunday morning. 36, there will be some freezing temperatures in the hill country. Then a rapid warm up. The moisture comes right back in Monday. We're back into fog and drizzle conditions, at least during the morning time, Tuesday and Wednesday, with chance of showers too, and back into the upper 70s. So a lot of back and forth here in the 7-day forecast, guys.
Well, at least we'll be prepared, but the plants will be in shock.
They'll be a little confused, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, quick clarification. Launch time Saturday, 8:45. Yes. Our time, Central Time. Yeah, we had 9:45 Eastern listed there in our story.
Yep. And I believe we'll be streaming it on KSAT.com.
And probably during the newscast.
And the newscast as well.
Yeah, that's where you really look for it.
Yeah. And now to a story we mentioned in the 9 at 9. The new big screen presentation of the iconic West Side Story continues to draw praise and acclaim.
And this morning, director Steven Spielberg is revealing his desire to do the film has been with him since childhood. Spielberg saying it wasn't his goal to remake the Oscar-winning Best Picture film, but wanted to reimagine the Broadway show. With the completion and release of West Side Story, the Oscar-winning director says he's finally got to add a musical to his vast repertoire of films. He says he took on this latest project with great consideration.
I didn't take on this project lightly. This project has been part of my life since I was a 10-year-old and first heard the Broadway cast album.
The film is now in theaters, and right now that's the only place to watch it. It will not premiere on any streaming platforms, but it could soon be available on Disney Plus or Hulu. And as the national tour of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory plays at the Majestic Theater, it's a homecoming for the lead in the show. Cody Garcia, who plays Willy Wonka, is a San Antonio native.
KSAT got an exclusive interview with the star and talked about his Alamo City roots and what theatergoers can expect from the show.
It's been insane. I mean, it's been absolutely fun and like so great to be getting back to performing, because that's all I've done my entire life. I grew up in a lot of different theaters going around San Antonio. Magic Children's Theater, specifically Stephen Stoley Playhouse and the Rose Theater Company. Where I went to high school was on the Lee campus. I did the STEM program first, and then I did NISA for the last 3 years. I was actually on tour with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory before COVID. Yeah, like 2 years ago I started, but then, you know, that whole thing happened, and now here we are again. After having gone through COVID and not performed for so long, it was like a shock to my body to come back to performing. And I'm still getting used to it, honestly. It's like a huge adjustment. Expect to hear familiar tunes from the 1971 movie, like I've Got a Golden Ticket, Pure Imagination, the Oompa Loompa song, Candyman, to name a few. But there's also some new songs that are written for the musical by the same people that wrote Hairspray the musical. So yeah, I definitely don't try to do the Gene Wilder thing or the Johnny Depp thing or the Timothy Chalamet thing or whatever, what have you. I'm just, you know, kind of doing my own thing, and I feel like it wouldn't really be beneficial to the show if I were to do anything else. The show's going to be in San Antonio for a week, from the 7th to the 12th at the Majestic Theater.
And congrats to Cody. Glad he's doing his own thing with it. The show will be in town this weekend only, starting today.
They've got 6 shows planned. You can find details and a link to buy tickets right now on KSAT.com. Just look for this story.
And right now it is 9:50 and 67 degrees out there for now.
We'll be right back. The weather is something that always gets everyone talking. We might think we know a thing or two, but sometimes it's best to leave it up to the professionals.
I agree. In the latest episode of Whatever the Weather, Katie Blake and Sarah Spivey look into some common misconceptions about the weather, what's true and false in episode 4 of their podcast.
Here's a preview.
We've got a lot of energy today. Welcome back to Whatever the Weather podcast. Weather myths and folklore.
Red sky in the morning, sailor's warning.
I grew up hearing it being said. This one I've never heard. This next one, though, I'm not going to lie. I believed it when I was younger.
Roll with me. They saw the acorn as being associated with Thor.
History takes the saying back to the 1700s and it originated.
Wow.
Yes, so this is how I know that I'm not crazy.
I'm not making this up. This is the second time I've brought up Twister today. I guess that's not totally unusual.
No. She loves Twister, the movie. That cows can sense when it's going to rain and they'll all sit down all together before rain.
That would be a fun episode. Keep that in mind. Write that down. Write it down. Code of silence.
She didn't write anything down.
Okay.
That's good stuff. You got to check it out. Great information. And they told me about part of that episode. It's really, really good. 80 degrees today, 83 tomorrow. We're closing in on a record tomorrow afternoon, and then we get our cool down this weekend with that cold front. 62 on Saturday and windy.
Hey folks, there's a new brew in town and it's on shelves at H-E-B.
Yeah, Isla Street's Rojo beer has hit the shelves there and I think it'll do pretty well.
Yeah, here's a picture from their Facebook page and H-E-B got real clever here. They put the Rojo beer right next to some barbacoa.
Very smart, very smart.
Yeah, so it's a sour bubblegum beverage and of course, you know, inspired by what you would drink when you eat barbacoa.
Right, yes, and this all started back a couple of years ago and they came out and they wound up having to change their name. I think they got a cease and desist order from a beverage company saying, be Rojo, just don't be a very large Rojo.
So these are brothers and they were pretty excited. It's been my brother and my dad getting things started. We started in the smallest way possible and to be on the eve of putting our beer in H-E-B finally, which was like the eve, I guess that was Tuesday evening. It's surreal almost, so it'll be weird. This is him talking about it before. Tomorrow to walk in the store and see it on the shelf, but we are very excited.
We're talking, we're talking about Josh and Joaquin Pena, and you know a little bit about this beer, right, Justin?
Yeah, and I know it's very popular. A lot of people love it, and I'm guessing it's not going to last very long. It's going to be flying off the shelves.
Those were some of the locations at H-E-B where it's going to be located. So again, look for Rojo beer, and if you're smart, you might find it right next to the barbacoa.
I like the way they place that there. That's smart marketing.